Whilst the industry is clearly experiencing significant growth, it's important to acknowledge that there are currently many Western Australians who are struggling to keep a roof over their heads. We know this from the regular conversations that we have with our customers through our branches and our contact centres.
But it's true that Perth rents have become progressively more affordable since their peak in 2012, at least until recently. But affordability pressures for renters have ramped up considerably over the course of the COVID-19 pandemic. Rental vacancies in Perth are now at an all-time low, dropping to below 1% for the first time. Weekly median rents for houses in Perth have risen by a typical $20 in each of the 3 quarters from September 2020 through to March 2021. That's a combined increase of $60 over 9 months.
We need to rethink our current policy settings around tax, housing subsidies and housing supply, with the end goal of delivering affordable housing to households across the income spectrum.
So I think we need to have a variety of products. Some people want to buy, some people might want to rent for life, and some people will always need social housing. And it's just appalling that we've got that safety net broken and 17,000 people waiting for a social home, living in private rentals that they can't afford, or living in a tent, or living in their car.
But if we have policy settings where we discourage investment, where people have, accumulated some wealth and want to put that back into the housing market, we will perversely have less stock for the people who, whose kind of first order need around shelter isn't kind of being adequately met.
Well, I think the survey did show that the biggest driver of housing choice is affordability first and location second. The other dwelling-specific features were quite a long way down that decision-making criteria. So housing choice and different housing options are absolutely essential. But there are barriers. Community backlash is one of them, certainly. But there are also economic barriers as well. Certain types of housing product are just not financially feasible in certain types of areas.
We are in this stage where we'll see a bit of a peak of construction, where all the government stimulus will wash through. And I think one of the other things the government will be interested in doing is making sure that there's a smooth pipeline of investment, so that all of a sudden all of our well-equipped tradies and others actually have something to get on with. So balancing out the immediate requirement to get that social housing done, which is of course a focus, plus the longer term smoothing of that pipeline is going to be important.
If there's one quote to take away from today's proceedings, the one that's ringing in my ears is Michelle's quote that people living in tents, we're better than that.